Hey guys, welcome back to Virtuosity Memphis's New V Music. We are at the 901 Spotlight, and we're here with Josh Stevens, and we're going to talk to him about his several awesome projects he has going on, bands and stuff like that. Tell me what your genre is, because you've got so many different bands, and there's so many different genres. I'm sitting here like, how do we compartmentalize
where to start? So
Yes.
I mean, like, for anyone that's keeping up, like, obviously, somebody stopped me the other day and they're like, man, how many bands are you in? It's like, yeah, it used to be like 10, 12 or something like that. I just like to stay busy.
Yeah.
I like to do all different kinds of music and stuff. My main flagship is Glorious Abhor.
Yes.
Abhor. That's like essentially what is considered to be, in talking with just me solo, my band. It's, that's the one that I spearhead, sing, play guitar.
Very good one. I've been to see them several times. And
Thank
if you
you.
haven't seen them, get out and see them.
I think that's the band that essentially got me in this door. So, like, yeah. So, we do these funny tongue-in-cheek play on words, like, we call ourselves barrage rock. Like garage rock, but it's barrage rock because it's it's a little heavier than garage, and it's a little lighter than, say, like hardcore or something.
Yeah.
We're trying to find that middle ground.
Yeah.
And kind of evolve within that epicenter to where it's like we, just like any band that's worth their salt, they want to make their own thing. You know what I mean? Like, I'm really big into like the proto-punk, like Iggy and the Stooges, or a band like MC5, where it's like they were kind of punk and they were kind of garage, but you know what I mean? There's a little something else to them, mostly the drugs, but like, so it's like you don't really know where to put them.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's the bands that make you think. So that's really what my quest is to just fucking make you think about music.
And you have, all of them kind of have almost like tweaky different genres. When you listen to some of the stuff, it's not all just like that, cookie cutter. It's very different. It's almost like you get to express different levels, or areas of yourself with each one.
As it stands right now, everybody knows that are aware of us, is that we have that 5-song EP that we released last year, and we called it Rare Air. It's just like, kind of a tip of the hat. And, the new album that we're doing, it'll be released this summer, called Subliminal Tambourine Hypnosis. It's like, okay, so here's this thing, because that's kind of an amalgam of, an amorphous thing where it's like, here's a few songs that I'd written by myself with the intention of starting this band. And then it's like, we had a couple lineup changes, and then like what is now, it is, secured with Mitchell Manley and Taylor Moore and Jason Pulley and myself. And then, we get together, and then that's when like Sunshine Mud came, which is like, now that is the song that kind of signifies who people think we are.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to like speak for anyone else, but it's like, there's these other things that we've been playing, maybe a handful of the songs that's going to be on the new album at like some of these festivals we did, like Greenlight Fest. And, people are coming up to us and they're just like, what is this? Like, what's going on here? Because it's like, anytime that I think that it's going to sound like this, or any of us for that matter, it's like, well, this is kind of sounding more and more like this. I was like, okay, cool, let's go this way.
Yeah. It's the different nuances. That's what I was talking about. It's like there's different levels to it. Yeah. And like your album that you have coming out, what is the name of it again? Repeat it, so I'm going to put it down. And if you have it out, you don't have it out yet?
No, it's not out yet. It's going to be like August, maybe later than August. We'll see. We're going back to record with Alyssa again.
Yeah.
And what it is that we all are doing so many things, so it's like it's been getting pushed back and pushed back. I wanted it done before like summer hit. Alas, that's not working.
Yeah.
So like, we're probably going to do it hopefully before August. That's me pushing it, but then it's like, if not, it's going to do it after.
Well, remind me of the name and I'll put it down below.
It's Subliminal Tambourine Hypnosis. It's a joke. It was a long running joke for since the dawn of popular music. It's a play off of the tambourine as the backing track for like the click track.
Yeah.
And I made a joke probably really high one day, and I was just like, it's like they're putting subliminal messages in it, and I said it in regards to Nickelback, like You know, why is this band so popular? I was like, it's because they're putting subliminal messages in their tambourine click track. And that was back in like, I don't know, 90s, 2000, whenever it was that they were popular.
Out, yeah.
Are they still popular now? They're popular now. But still, like...
Didn't they play at the Trump inauguration?
I don't know. They might have. You know, they probably had, you know, subliminal messages there too. So, obey. And yeah.
What is that movie where they have the glasses on?
Man, you
They
didn't ask
Live.
me, I could tell you.
They
Yeah,
Live.
yes, thank you.
I love that's like the best movie ever.
Yeah. I sadly, my friend Scott would kill me, but like he's been telling me about that movie for years, and I've never sat down and watched it. I don't have
Never
time.
seen
Like
it.
I want to.
You've got to see it.
I
It
know.
is like the cheesiest cult classic. Like, I love it.
I'm very aware of it. I mean, there's obviously like tons of people, you know, all my buddies like Matt at Black Lodge, you know, everybody raves about it, and
Yeah.
it's just one of those things. It's going to be like Star Wars, where it's like if you want me to see it, you're going to have to like force me to sit down,
Yeah.
like Clockwork Orange style, and like. You know, because otherwise I'm moving and I can't.
You're kind of like ADHD a little bit, is what I'm considering.
Absolutely, yeah. That's totally that's a fair assessment.
Shameless plug for your friend. Black Lodge is opening up a new location.
Yeah,
That's
yeah. They're
awesome.
actually over there on Cleveland now, across the street
Yes.
from Hightone.
Very much
Yeah,
awesome.
Matt and I mean, this is I don't know how much I can really say or if it matters, but
Just
I mean,
probably
he
what-
would probably love it. We've been talking for a couple years on and off. I wanted him to be a part of this festival that I'm doing in June.
Yes.
But you know, sadly, to no avail. It's not going to happen this year. But it's one of those things where it's like we kind of have these discussions on and off. Like Matt and I have known each other since I first moved here about 15 years ago. You know, he was one of the first people that I like essentially met, obviously in here. Between him and Lev working at fucking Rally Point, like a place I never got to play.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have a band then. Like, I know all these people, you know what I mean? Like, Lev was the first person to serve me a beer in Memphis, and, you know, he's living out in, you know, Seattle or whatever,
Yeah.
or Portland. I don't know where the fuck he is right now. Shout out to Lev. Like, it's so weird, you know, but Matt and I have kind of had these, like bar discussions about, you know, hey, man, he's like, we don't talk in person a lot, but when we see each other, it's like, hey, I've been seeing it. Like, social media is a weird thing.
Yeah.
Because people come up and they're like, hey, I've been noticing what you're doing, and I noticed what you're doing, but it's like, but we don't talk,
Yeah.
you know, and that's just a weird.
Well, it brings everybody closer together, but at the same time, you're distancing yourself from true connection and conversation, and I hate that. But yeah,
Well, I think there's a catch-22 to that because you know, I have friends of mine that do stuff, you know, very much like this, like out in Oregon, and since I've moved back from Oregon, you know, it's hard for us to see each other in person.
yeah,
And you know, my friend Brad has got this thing called the Burn Online, and like we've talked about interviews and stuff, and
Yeah.
he wants to record like our shows and play a live thing from his online radio station, which like gets play.
Yeah.
You know, he's got people listening to him across the waters.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's funny, and he lives like in a little middle of nowhere town in Bend, Oregon. So shout out to the Burn Online because like that's my bro.
we get like more stuff from out of town, out of state than we do in Memphis, ironically, and it's because everybody loves Memphis except when you're in Memphis for some reason. We have a hard time getting people. I mean, you know this, like in the music scene. We were talking about, and I'm going to bring this up, the bean dip analogy, please.
The 7-layer dip.
There you go.
Yeah. It's so, you know, Memphis is a, you know, big metropolitan area, and obviously music thrives. See, I'm from Illinois, born and raised, and like Chicago, obviously the way it's been is cyclical throughout all these years, but you know, like jazz and blues and stuff is one of those. It's a permanence, but it's, you know, it surfaces and then, you know, goes away and then resurfaces, and that's kind of how it is here. You know, when you're a local musician such as myself, you know, or anyone else for that matter, we're not talking about the dudes that are playing down on Beale Street.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Beale
And
Street's the tourist area. And
it is.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know, those are folks that have soaked up the knowledge and the information. And then there's people in like the local Midtown scene, you know, like another analogy I could put out is that like with Midtown and like the Cooper Young and the East Memphis and the South Memphis and then the downtown and then, you know, hell, even out to like Fraser and stuff. It's kind of like, I've always looked at it as like a cafeteria.
Yeah.
So like you're sitting at lunch and like everybody's kind of at their own tables,
Yeah.
you know, it's like you got the
Clicky.
cool kids. Yeah, it's real clicky.
It is.
And so actually a friend of mine, Tony Maynard, you know, he does a lot of these shows where he plays covers and, you know, obviously Lafayette's and stuff like that, you know, bars that like, you know, us punk rock and hard rock bands, rock and roll bands, like we're not playing Lafayette's.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're not playing BB Kings.
They actually are looking for different genres now.
Well, good, because like I have tons of shit to throw at them. So if anyone from Lafayette's is listening, like just holler at your boy. I've got tons of touring bands and local bands that I think would be quite conducive to what you're looking for. So not even my own. I mean, but that's in the roster too. So like, it's like a cafeteria table. And then also with the success accolades and adulation, it's like, you know, I made that analogy about the 7-layer dip.
Yeah.
And how, you know, there's some of us that are, you know, trying to garner interest or gain access to places, you know, and it's kind of hit or miss. And you sit around and you're thinking to yourself, well, what, or maybe you're not. I do. It's like, what should we do different?
Yeah.
You know, maybe you're not. I don't want to just play Murphy's or High Tone or P&H, you know, the rest of my life. You know, you can't. Yeah. I don't want to be Mem famous. You know, I love my city, but it's like, how am I supposed to rep this town?
You got to break out in order to.
I don't. Yeah.
Yeah. If you don't make it outside of here, you're not going to get the money here that you need to survive. You know?
It's like DJ Paul. He said, you know, if you can make it in Memphis, you can make it anywhere.
I mean, that's an accurate fact.
Yeah. But it's like, you know, I'm not going to sit here and wax poetic on the fact that like anytime somebody tries to do something out of Memphis and everybody else tries to like hold them down, that's like a mass majority thing. I don't even focus on that because that happens even in town.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, I don't study those people. They're not the ACTs. Like, I pay attention to the people that are, you know, positive.
Yeah.
You know, people like you doing stuff like this. People like everyone in here. Like, that, you know, I mean, on a certain degree or a certain level, like you don't know what's going to happen with this or something like that, and you're just like, just
do your thing, and eventually it'll either catch up or it won't. And that's kind of the thing you have to do. But it's about marketing. It's about promoting. It's about all of that stuff. You're very good at promoting, obviously, because I never get on without seeing stuff from you.
Well, I was going to, before I got consumed by the demon that is rock and roll, like I was going to go be a business major, marketing. And that's the funny thing. That also coincides with subliminal tambourine hypnosis, because with marketing, everybody says that like I'm really good at it. And I'm just like, well, like if you come to the shows, I'm not that great. You know what I mean? Like not just mine, just any show. You know, it's like, it sucks. But like I'm very anti-establishment in terms of, you know, for the marketing purposes, because everything is very homogenized and it's like boxed in, and there's a certain way to do it. Like you know, the reason I didn't pursue that and then just said, fuck it, I'll do it in my own medium was because the cookie cutter aspect of marketing and business it drives me crazy. Like, you know, it makes me insane to hear commercials. Yeah. You know, it's like, it's a really weird thing because it's like, it's just like you hear, it's like the same thing. Yeah. Because you've heard it, you know, over and over and over again. You know, but anyway, that's that.
Well, you seem to be doing a really good job. I mean, I think as far as music is concerned, because I never, like I said, don't see your stuff. So, I mean, I every time I get on, I see your stuff. I see videos of your stuff on.
For that,
yeah,
you know,
well, I mean, it's Instagram, it's everything. I'm seeing a lot of stuff, and heck, we just go to random places and you'll be playing. Yeah, we have no idea. We're just walking in the door. P&H, we've caught you playing a few times.
I mean, I'm up there. P&H is my house now. Like I do booking and promotion for them now. Yeah, full time, and then I help Skinny when I can or when he needs my help or something like that. You know, and so like with this. So I'm doing this festival in June. It's called Thanks Preciate It Fest. Ah, you know, it's Southern short for Thanks I Appreciate It. You know, and like I was gonna call it Fired Up, and then I changed that because when I started putting the roster together of bands and stuff, like I catered it more towards bands that have really come through for me in like the 13th hour, or who came through and took a chance on letting me book them, and then had like a surprising, you know, turnout. Yeah. Or something like that. Or maybe that they just didn't even have that great a time coming through here, like in terms of people coming out, but they, our rapport that we developed, the
Yeah.
friendships that this is me giving back.
Yeah.
And, you know what I mean? Like I've discussed about not doing, just like swag merch
Yeah.
for the festival because I don't want to make a profit off of this shit. This is the first year.
Well, you're not going to probably for the first
Well,
2
if
years.
I don't spend all this money on that stuff, like if I do tickets and everything like that, like I want it to go back to these bands. And
Yeah.
I want to give to the touring bands as
and
well
let them
as the
sell their
local bands.
merch. Yeah.
Yeah. Instead of people spending money on this shit that like I don't need to make shirts for, if there's an interest maybe, or something like that. I don't know, but I'd rather it be more. This is just something literally I was thinking about earlier. I was like, man, this is like. When you go to Bonnaroo or something like that, and they've got like T-shirts and shit made, it's like, what? Where's that going?
Yeah.
But I mean, I know they have a mass overhead, anyways,
Yeah.
from a marketing standpoint, from a business aspect, because they have sponsors and stuff like that, and they have people.
They
They're
want money
breaking
back.
bread with everyone.
Yeah. They want money back.
Yeah, and I'm not spreading everyone all over the city. It's like it's Friday, June 8th, the High Tone. And then we're doing the 9th and the 10th, which is Saturday and Sunday over at P&H. And I've got 30 bands,
Awesome,
there's
man.
about 3 or 4 touring bands each night. And then it's going to be, like a bunch of local bands. I have the whole
Keep
list.
us posted because I want to share this on our page once everyone sees your vlog, they can kind of check back and we'll kind of share it with them. I really want to. I'd love to help you like put it out there a little bit.
That'd be great.
So,
I mean, we've got the Facebook page up and, obviously for that. And then for Stu Studio, which is, it started off as like house shows and now it's like more just a touring booking thing. It's an amorphous thing
it kind
too.
of is, and what is it in evolving?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
evolving. Yeah, that's kind of how you have to do in this business a little bit. You have to evolve a little bit because you have to adapt. You have to be adaptable in this city, in this industry. So, I mean, I get it.
Yeah. I mean, because, obviously the house show thing was what it was, doing house shows where I was living.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I could only get like maybe 30, 40 people in the door and people were loving it.
Yeah.
But when Matt and I and Robert and Tiffany over at P&H, like when all of us talked about doing shows there, my mentality was like, I have a bigger capacity to help get the word out to more people.
Yeah.
And, we're not shoving 30 people in a room, assholes to elbows, and it's so far so good. Like I have no complaints and hopefully they don't either.
Well, I think we probably will be on 15 minutes. So do you have anything you want to say before we wrap up?
No, I mean, one thing, just, it's called Thanks Preciate It. It's apostrophe PRECIATE it. And you can find it on Facebook, search it. And like I said,
we'll share it on our page too.
Okay.
With the thing.
Yeah. Thanks. And it's, Friday, June 8th, 9th and 10th and, High Tone and P&H. The High Tone's 18 and up, obviously P&H is 21 and up. And then, my band, one of my bands, facebook.com/Glorious Abhor is Noisy. You can find us on Bandcamp at gloriousabhor.com or .bandcamp.com. And then you can look for like Jack Alberson, which I play in, and then JoyBomb, and then Tape Deck. I'm trying to think, Mystic Light Casino, Ben Abney and the Hurts. Guys,
we'll share everything down.
I'm so sorry if
I'm
I'm forgetting anybody. Like,
if you give me a list, I'll put it all underneath on the comment section so people can go down and find all the links.
Yeah, that'd be excellent.
Well, thank you for coming.
Thanks for having me.
I appreciate it.
I love it. Yeah.
We will see. We'll see your stuff. Actually, we'll all be out there. We'll probably do a live remote thingy at your deal if you don't mind.
Dude, that'd be excellent.
Okay.
Yeah, I would love that. Yeah, just hit me
we'll
up.
do that. Okay.
Cool.
Thank you.
Thank you.